Hello, I welcome you all to my channel. You are highly welcome. Please, in case you're seeing this channel for the first time, I would like you to subscribe so that you join us fully. You are highly welcome. And today I want to teach us about marine spirits, how to identify if you are possessed by marine spirits, and what comes with being possessed with marine spirits. When people are possessed with marine spirit, it doesn't mean that they will become mermaids or mermans. It doesn't mean that. There are people who are being possessed by marine spirits without knowing that they are being possessed by marine spirits. It doesn't mean that they are bad or they are evil. They can have all the good attributes. They can have all the good qualities that any human being will wish to have in life. They can be successful in life, but they are still possessed with marine spirit. And when you are possessed with marine spirits, it has limit to life expectations. It has limit to certain things that we want as human beings. And what is marine spirits? Marine spirits are deities. They are deities who are fully in charge or who has occupied the seas, the oceans, and the streams. They live there. That is their abode. That is where they operate. But at times, for them to operate fully, they will need the help of human beings. And that is when they will come out to seek for those whom they will want to make use of. And at times, people are being possessed by the marine spirit, not because they went to the stream to offer sacrifices or whatever, but because it is in their lineage. And how it is in their lineage. When you are possessed by your lineage, when you are possessed by marine spirits through your lineage, it means your forefathers, your ancestors made a promise, made a pledge to the river goddess or to the river god, and they are the marine. They made a pledge that they will do this or they will do that. And when they are no more, let it still continue with their children, with their generation. And then when it gets to your own generation, definitely you will not know anything about this pledge or anything about this promise. You will not know anything about it. And then the marine kingdom will be expecting you to continue from where your ancestors stopped. But you are not aware of it. And that is when they will rise to start showing you signs, from showing you signs to tormenting you. Now I want to tell you those signs, the attributes, those things that comes with being possessed by the marine spirit. Whenever you see yourself in a dream, whenever you see yourself in a dream, always closer to ocean or to river or to stream, or you find yourself inside the ocean or stream or river, know that you are being possessed by the marine spirit. You are being possessed. You may not want it. Maybe when you wake up from the dream, you'll be too scared and then you pray. But that dream keeps on occurring from time to time. It means you are being possessed by the marine kingdom. Or it may not be in the dream, but physically. I know majority of us are scared of the oceans and the rivers because of how wide they are, how large they are, or the color. Yes, that is normal. But there are people who are so scared that even if you want to watch the stream and watch the ocean and see how it flows, they will not come near that ocean. They won't even want to come anywhere near that arena at all because they are over scared of that ocean. When you are behaving like this, it means you have something to do with the marine kingdom. You are being possessed by that marine kingdom, but it's just that you don't want it or you don't want to accept it. Maybe you already know, but you still don't want to accept it. And that is why you are so scared whenever you come across any stream or ocean or river. Now, there are people who are also possessed and who are fully aware that they are possessed by the marine kingdom, but they chose to ignore all those things. But whenever they come near any stream or any river or any ocean, they will want to go into that ocean or into that river without knowing the reason why. You will watch them moving like people who are being controlled by a force beyond their recognition, dragging them into the ocean, and they willingly will be going into that ocean without knowing what they are doing. When you see people like this, know that they have something to do with the marine kingdom. They are possessed by the marine spirits. Now, it all depends on those people, whether they truly want to accept that they are possessed by the marine spirits or whether they do not want to accept. If you want to accept it, if you want to live with it, you know what to do. If you don't want to live with it, you still know what to do. Now, another thing that I want to let us know on how you can recognize that you are being possessed by the marine kingdom. Whenever you see yourself in the dream having sexual intercourse with an unknown person, man or woman, if you always have this dream, and in that dream, you will enjoy that sexual intercourse. You will enjoy it so much, and it will feel like as if you are doing it in real life. If you always have this dream, know that you are possessed by the marine kingdom. And there are people whose cases are so severe that when they have that sexual intercourse in the dream with that unknown man or woman, when they wake up, they will see semen all over their body physically this time around, no longer in dreams. If such thing is happening to you, if you have ever experienced such thing, know that you are fully possessed by the marine kingdom and you truly need a deliverance. You need a help from the Almighty God. So if you always experience this sexual intercourse in the dream with an unknown partner, so even sometimes they can even come with the face of your loved one, with the face of your partner, of your husband, of your wife, of your boyfriend, of your girlfriend, and then you, because you are not spiritually strong, seeing that face, the face of someone you know, you willingly accept to have that sexual intercourse with them. So if you always experience this, you need help, a spiritual help. And there are people who are gifted spiritually to help you in this way, because spiritual gifts differs. We are being called in different ways to work for God, but we are going to work for Him in different ways. So there are people who are gifted spiritually to deliver people who are being possessed by that marine kingdom. Another thing is, if you always see yourself in the dream with babies, breastfeeding them, meanwhile you are not a mom in real life, you are a single girl, that you always see yourself breastfeeding babies, you always see yourself carrying babies, you always see yourself getting pregnant and delivering, but meanwhile you are still a single girl. If you always notice this in your dream, know that you are possessed by that marine kingdom. And I'm going to tell you the disadvantage of this breastfeeding and delivering babies in the dream. If you are a single girl and you are experiencing this in your dream, this is one of the reasons why when people get married, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes they find it difficult getting pregnant. I know medically the hospital must discover something as the reason why you are not getting pregnant. But there are cases when even after the treatments they receive from the hospital, they still find it difficult to get pregnant. If you always see this thing in the dream and you are married, and up till now, after years of marriage, you haven't still given birth, despite being proclaimed fit by the doctor, you and your husband, you are fit, but you are still finding it difficult to get pregnant, know that you are being possessed by the marine kingdom. And all you need is a divine help from God. That is all you need, a total deliverance from the Almighty God. So if you're a single girl and you are experiencing this, it is better for you to start that deliverance right now. Because when you get married, most of the time, it will affect you. Now, another thing that it does to married people is, if you are possessed by the marine kingdom, and then you get married and you start having babies, one of your children, you must surely lose one of your children. You must surely lose one of your children. I call that thing kind of a sacrifice, because they are not that they are actually after your children. They are actually after you because you have become disobedient. Because all these people who are possessed by the marine kingdom, spiritually, they are not meant to get married because they are already married. In the marine, they have their spiritual husbands and spiritual wives, and that is where this issue of spiritual husband and spiritual wife comes. It always comes from the marine kingdom and from nowhere else. So when they get married, all those their spiritual spouses now becomes jealous. So the next thing they will want to do is to take away your life because you have disobeyed. You have breached that contract. But if you are a child of God, God will not allow you to just go like that. And that is why you see people, when they give birth, their babies will die for no reason. A healthy baby, all throughout the 9 months of being carried in the womb, you give birth to a healthy baby, and all of a sudden, the baby will just develop a sickness, and before you know, the baby will die. I call that kind of sacrifice, kind of exchange. Instead of the mother to go, let the child go. That is what it looks like. That is the picture it is painting. Instead of taking the head of the mother, they will now take the head of the child. Okay? So what I am suggesting is, if you have ever experienced the death of your child, if you have ever experienced death of any of your child as a baby, not as a grown-up, as a baby, I will want you to ask questions properly about who you are and where you are from. Ask questions so that you will know if you need if you need a deliverance, okay? Or so that you know what to do and what not to do. So whenever you are experiencing all these things that I just mentioned now, and so many more, which I'm going to talk about in my next video. But if you are experiencing all these things that I've just mentioned now, having sex in a dream with an unknown spouse, death of your babies when they are born, and unnecessary hardships that comes into your home whenever someone gets married, someone who is doing wonderfully well, and then you get married, and before you know it, hardship will set in. You don't know where that hardship is coming from, despite how hardworking you and your spouse are. If you are noticing any of this, I want you to ask questions to know who you are, to know where you are from, to know where the problem is coming from, and to know what you're supposed to do. So many men who are not possessed by this marine kingdom, but they are marrying a woman who is possessed by this marine kingdom. Those men find it difficult to rise in life. They find it difficult to rise in life. It is not only women that are being possessed by the marine kingdom. I want you to know this. Men are equally being possessed by the marine kingdom. And when a man is possessed by this marine kingdom, whenever they get married, they will find it difficult loving their wives. They don't know the reason why. They will see you, they will love you, they will want to marry you, and the moment they marry you, 3 years, 4 years into the marriage, that love will diminish. No matter how hard you try to make it work. If you like, become naked before that man, he doesn't notice you. And it makes men to be promiscuous in life. And that is why people always say that men are promiscuous by nature. No. When men are promiscuous, it means those men are being possessed by the marine kingdom. God didn't create a man to become promiscuous in life. It is always the work of the devil. And these marine spirits are demons. They are deities. They are demons. So when they possess you, they will make you do all kinds of atrocities in the name of being a man or a woman. So when a man is being possessed by the marine kingdom, they lose interest in their spouse. They become promiscuous in nature. They can even go on and marry as many as the number of women they want. It will still not stop them from being promiscuous because they are already possessed by that marine spirit. And the same thing is also applicable to women. When they are possessed by marine spirits, as single girls, they don't see anything wrong in jumping from one man to another. They don't see anything wrong. As long as they don't contract any disease, to them it is okay. They are just trying to, some will tell you, I don't have anything to do with that man. I just want him to train me in school. And after training you in school, you will leave that man to jump into another man whom you still do not want to marry you. That is being possessed by the marine kingdom. And most of the times when they get married, that is when they experience death of babies, or finding it difficult to get married, or finding it difficult to get pregnant, and at times they lose interest in their spouse. They will start having fantasies about being with another man. If you are experiencing this as a married woman, know that you are possessed by that marine spirit. And the problem is that the people who are possessed by this marine spirit will never agree or accept that they are possessed. To them, their behavior is okay, it's normal. They don't have any problem. to them. But it's only those who are spiritually gifted that can tell you if you have a spiritual problem or not. So these few things that I just mentioned now, I want you to check yourself very well. If you have ever experienced any of these things, try and find a spiritual help. Try and find a spiritual solution to your problem. Okay? So that it doesn't transfer from you to your children. Break that link between you and the marine kingdom while you are still alive, so that it doesn't transfer to your children. Because if you break it now that you are still alive, you have equally and automatically broken it with the ties they have with your children. Because as you are going for that deliverance, I am equally advising you to go along with your children so that they will be set free. Because if you do not set your children free, later in life, you will regret the outcome of everything. That is why you see parents who have aged so well and who have children scattered everywhere, but they find it difficult to eat because the children are not doing well. So if you have ever experienced anything that I just mentioned now about being possessed by the marine spirits, try and get a permanent solution. Pray that the Holy Spirit of God will direct you to the right place. But I'm equally advising you, if anybody tells you that delivering you from the marine kingdom is taking you to the stream or taking you to the ocean or to the river to perform sacrifices, I want you to be careful. Most of the times, they are not there to help you out. They are not there for you to be set free by the marine kingdom. They are there to appease those gods and goddesses, appease those deities, so that they will just give you a little break. But they will not tell you the truth. So I want you to be careful. In case you love this video or any of my videos, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you have any question that you want to ask me, go to the comment section and ask me that question. I will answer you. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I don't wonder what you are waiting for. Please do subscribe to join us fully. And I'm going to see us next time. Have a wonderful day and God bless you all.